Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's Clean With Me video. This week we are putting Christmas away and getting some cleaning done in some of the main areas of our home. I'm also showing you what we do with the Christmas cards that we get each year. It's something that I saw a friend do a few years ago and I adopted it for our own cards. And for Christmas, my family bought me some new enameled cast iron pots. So stick around until the end of the video because I will show those to you. And then we are going to use the Dutch pot that I got to make my once a year black-eyed peas and rice homemade. They're so good. So stick around for that. And as you can tell, I have a lot to get done today. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So we are starting in the formal dining room where I need to clean off the table and put away our Christmas village and then clean all of the surfaces. And then I'm going to put up all of our usual decorations back up. And then I need to sweep and mop. And this Christmas village was my mother-in-law's, and that little Walter's Wonders village piece that I just showed you, that was not my mother-in-law's. We actually just bought that, I think 1 or 2 days before I filmed this, in the post-Christmas sale at Michael's. I think it was $90 and only got it for $35, which was great. But the rest of it was my mother-in-law's, and after she passed away, it was passed down to our family, and I've actually only put it up a couple of times. I didn't put it up last year, and I'm pretty sure I didn't put it up the year before that, and I'm really not sure why, because we really enjoyed having this village up this year. My husband loves it, and we both want to add on to it each year, so I was excited to get that new piece from Michael's. We do have some big plans with this. We want to get a piece of board to kind of extend that space a little bit, but hopefully in the coming years we can add on to this little village and make it our own. But it was real nice to have out this year. But while I get things taken care of in here, let me ask you guys, how was your Christmas? Were you all as exhausted as I was? I was in bed at around 9:30 Christmas night, and usually I need to read my book in order to fall asleep. But it was lights out for Rhonda as soon as my head hit the pillow. I was so tired. I actually was not going to post another video until after the new year just because I knew I would be exhausted and I wanted to enjoy some downtime. But my plan was to post just a marathon video of some of my past cleanings. But once I got some rest, which was about 2 days, yes, 2 days, I'm so old. But once I got some energy back, my husband and I talked about how we would like to have our house back to normal and everything back in order and things put away. We usually wait until the first week of January to take all of the Christmas decorations down, but we were both pretty much ready to pack it all up. So I enlisted in the help of our 2 daughters, and we knocked it out in 1 day while my husband put away all of the outdoor decorations. And boy, was I glad to get this done. It did take all day, probably about 6 or 7 hours, but it's nice to have everything back to normal and everything's put away where it belongs. It's nice having my house back. Anyway, for those of you who are new, let me give you a real quick introduction. My name is Rhonda, and my husband David and I have been married for 10 years, and we live near Houston, Texas, along with our 2 daughters. Ruby is 10 and Gemma is 8, and we also have 2 dogs. Here on my channel, I post content that is centered around cleaning, decluttering, and organizing. DIY projects are sprinkled in here and there, along with recipes, and really just anything revolving around homemaking and mom life. If you do enjoy this type of content, please give me a thumbs up by clicking the button below. Also, I would love for you to join our YouTube family by subscribing. And while you are down there, go ahead and comment and let me know when you usually put your Christmas decorations away. Do you do it immediately after Christmas, or do you like to leave it out as long as possible so that you can enjoy the Christmas season a little bit longer?
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride. A new man passing by, life is good, best I've ever felt. Get me up, somewhere new, somewhere I can find myself. Oh, I feel so alive. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way.
So real quick, I used my Eureka cordless vacuum to vacuum our floors, and then I am using my O-Cedar mop with Mr. Clean to mop the floors. I originally was going to use my Tenco wet dry mop in here, but it broke on me. It wasn't sucking up the water for some reason, which has never happened before. The good news is my husband was able to fix it pretty quickly, and you will see me actually use that when I get to the kitchen because I wanted to test it out and make sure it was for sure fixed. But all the products I am using will be listed in the description box in case you are interested. I love my Tenco, so I was sad when I thought it broke. I also love my cordless vacuum, and they both come in handy on our tile and wood floors. I use them both all the time, and I highly recommend them.
Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. Cause I found my way, my way.
When we get Christmas cards, I like to tape them around my office door frame. Growing up, we taped them actually to the back of our front door, but this works just as well. So I am just taking them all down, and then I will make my Christmas card ring. All you do is you get all of your Christmas cards, and I like to put them in order from smallest to largest, and then I punch a hole in each card before slipping them onto a metal ring. I think they're called binder rings, but I am using a 1.5-inch ring, and I'll link the exact ones I have, but you can also find them at Dollar Tree if you want to go the inexpensive route. But the top card is always my family's Christmas card for the year. And as you can see, I have one done for the past 4 years. A friend of mine had these laying out at her house several years ago, and I thought it was such a cute and inexpensive way to display all of the past year's Christmas cards of your friends and family. So it's super easy to do, and it's a great idea.
I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. Cause I found my way, my way, my way, my way, my way. I found my way, I found my way. I was in the dark against it all, but made it through the day. Cause I found my way, I found my way. In bad times, I know I'll be okay. Cause I found my way.
One of the Christmas gifts I got from my sister-in-law are these house slippers that I'm wearing. I love these so much, especially right now. It's been very cold here in Texas. We actually just had a hard freeze that lasted about 3 days, which is not normal at all. We were not okay. Us Texans can't handle cold weather at all. The good thing was there wasn't any ice or snow, so we were able to get out and about. But these house shoes keep my little piggies nice and warm. I am still wanting some slippers that have an open toe to wear in the summertime and when it's hot outside, just around the house. So if you have some that you like, let me know and maybe even send me a link and go ahead and put that down in the comment box so I can check them out. Like I said, I don't really have any for summertime. It gets really hot, as you know, here in Texas. So I need something that, I don't know, I just, with the hardwood floors and the tile floors in the house, I just like to have some type of little house shoe on sometimes. But let's go ahead and keep taking down Christmas. Here I am taking down the garland from our little stairs that lead up to the half story upstairs. Upstairs is only just one open room, and it's my husband's little man cave, dad space, whatever you want to call it. He has all of his arcades and sports memorabilia. Can't ever say that word. And his TVs and stuff. Anyway, once we're done here with the staircase, we are going to head into the living room, which is going to be a big job that did take a lot of time.
For a while, I would have told you I miss your smile.
Well, we made it to the living room, and as I mentioned, this was a big job. First, I need to fold the blankets on the couch that our dog Abby is laying on. I just washed them and pulled them out of the dryer, so she is in dog heaven right now on warm blankets, and I don't blame her. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to break down the Christmas decor on the mantle and get it put away, and then the girls are going to help me with the Christmas tree. And then once all the Christmas decorations are all put away, I'm going to get some heavy-duty cleaning done in here. I need to move the couches around and get all the dog hair swept up from under the couches, and then I'm going to mop all the floors.
As a friend who can't let go, but when you left I could feel it grow, like a body of water, sleeping through the edges of my soul, and getting harder. It was never under my control.
Okay, to my credit, I used to be a lot better at the hula hoop. In fact, I won Hula Wars when I was in elementary school. I got first place. I think it's just one of those things when you get older, you lose your gracefulness or whatever, but I'm really bad at it. I also used to be really good at roller skating, and I have to hold on to the wall when I roller skate now. So I guess when you're younger, you have that center of gravity thing going that you just don't have when you're older, but I just embarrass myself. Enjoy.
And getting harder. It was never under my control. You know.
I'm sorry I keep interrupting. I'm super chatty today. But in case you're wondering, I'm watching a concert on YouTube of one of my most favorite singers right now. His name is William Beckman, and my husband and I first heard him last February in the very famous Lukenbach, Texas. He sang a pop-up show with Jerry Jeff Walker's son, and his voice blew us away. We stuck around to watch the concert just so that we could hear Jerry Jeff Walker's son, but we ended up being instant fans just after William's first song. If you love country music, especially old Texas country music, you should check him out. I will link his website along with the concert I am watching in the description box, but I love him so much. He doesn't know me. We are not related or friends. Well, we're Instagram friends, but that's about it. But he is from Del Rio, Texas, and I believe he's half white and half Mexican. I think his family is from Mexico City. I could be wrong. So, but there is a huge Hispanic influence in his music. You'll catch some of that here and there. Also, too, if you love if you know what mariachi music is and you enjoy it, he closes out every show he does with Volver, and it's the best I've ever heard. I have been to 4 of his shows this past year, and I really cannot recommend his music enough. So, country music lovers, go listen to him right now. Well, not right now. I would like you to finish watching my video first, and then when it's over, go listen to him. This mantle was so dusty and filthy. You will see it in just a second how dirty it was. But I had not dusted up here in over a month since I put up the Christmas decorations. I just didn't want to move all the decorations around. I was being a little lazy. But with the Christmas decorations put away, my husband did take apart the Christmas tree off camera and put that away as well for me. So now it's time for me to clean all this space up really good and then put my everyday decorations back up. So the girls got Heelys for Christmas and they were dying to show you guys their move. So before I started mopping, I called them into the living room so that they could show off their new kicks with wheels. This was one of the gifts my husband and I gave them, and I think it's their favorite right now. I am honestly not sure how they do it. I would definitely fall on my face. I'm so not coordinated for shoes like that. But once I finished mopping in here, the family and I did take a much needed break and we stopped doing whatever we were doing and I changed into my nice leggings. We went out to dinner. Our favorite restaurant in the area is called Lupe Tortilla. It's a Mexican restaurant, has kind of a Tex-Mex flair. It's so good. So that's where we went for dinner. And then when we got back about 2 hours later, I got started in the kitchen.
That even though I lost, I'll find something better. I'm running all around this town. This feeling has me stepping down. But I don't wanna have to breathe too much longer. 'Cause every time I try, yeah, every time I dream, there's always this big part of me wanna believe in what I see. If you can make me smile, if only for a while. There's always this big part of me wanna believe in what I see. Believe in you and know when your body feels so tired to get out of bed. You put your heart on a letter to chase it away. Got sad and it's all because of you. Hey, what's gonna give you more time forever? Know what they say, only time will tell. You know what they say, it never really can. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I just close my eyes and think of you. When I'm sleeping with someone new, I can't help myself, I wonder if you still feel the way I feel. Are you sleeping with someone new,
Here we are in the kitchen and it is now 7 p.m. so it is dark outside. This kitchen was wrecked with just stuff everywhere. There were dishes piled up in the sink, gifts on the counters that need to be put away. As you can see, the stove was dirty from Christmas Day cooking. There was also some kind of science experiment gone wrong on the side of the kitchen table. So our kitchen does not get messy like this very often, but when it does, I usually feel overwhelmed with the mess. And when that happens, I just start somewhere. I pick a spot and make my way around the room by putting away the clutter. And before I know it, the room looks so much better. And then I can move on to the next task in that room. So I guess that's always my best advice when it comes to feeling overwhelmed when you clean is just start somewhere. I know that's easier said than done sometimes, but it's really the only thing you can do. So here I am cleaning up. I usually start here at this little desk area. So I'm putting away all of the little Christmas stuff that my kids made. They got a ton of slime for Christmas. So I'm putting that away and then I'm going to wipe down the surface over here and then I'm going to move on to the next counter.
talking about my bed as like it ever mattered. You threw it away, and now you're looking back, wishing that we got buried. Know what they say, only time will tell. You know what
up in just a second are the 2 pots or pans that I got from my husband for Christmas. I will be sure to link them below in case you want to check them out. This first one is a pan, and let me just say, these things are so incredibly heavy. But like I said, they are enameled cast iron, and I already love them. They are kind of like the caraway pans that are all over YouTube, but I asked for these Amazon Basic brand ones, which are a lot cheaper, and while I can't compare them to the caraway brand since I don't own them, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they are the exact same thing. I think the only downside is you can't throw these in the dishwasher like you can the caraway pans. They have to be hand washed, but it's fine. I try to hand wash my pots and pans anyway just to make them last a little longer. I did use the first one on Christmas Day when I made my southern green beans, and they worked fantastic. And then I'm going to use the other one, which is a Dutch oven pot, tomorrow when I make my southern black-eyed peas. But I really love them already. I also love that they were a lot cheaper, and because they are so heavy, I think they're high quality in my opinion, and they're going to last for a long time. And then that little knife block set is something that I got my husband for Christmas. He asked for a new knife set for Christmas, and I picked one up for him on Amazon, and actually we were both wanting some knives, so this was also a gift for me. So I went on Amazon during Cyber Week and picked out kind of a nice set that wasn't too crazy expensive. Knives are expensive. Oh my gosh, they were like hundreds of dollars. Not the ones I bought, but other knives, I couldn't believe it. These weren't as bad. They were under $100, but they seemed super nice too and are very sharp. We actually did a little, my husband and I were being silly. We got one of the knives out and we got out one of my daughter's little cherry tomatoes and did the tomato test. We just dropped the tomato onto one of the knives and it went almost all the way through. So I think it's pretty sharp. My old knives were a Kroger special that I bought over 20 years ago. So I guess it doesn't take much to impress me right now just because anything is better than those really old dull ones. So anyway, ended up picking those up, and they also got some great reviews. So I think I did okay. But let's finish cleaning up this kitchen, and then when I'm done with this stove, I'm going to wipe down the island, then clean off our little bar area before doing our dishes.
Loving me was all you tried when you were around. I've been told too many times now. Yeah, loving me was all you tried when you were around. I've been told too many times now. But somewhere go run and hide, looking for a new start. Yeah, somewhere go run and hide, looking for a new start, for a new start. Looking for a new, looking for a new, looking for a new, looking for a new. Don't wanna be trapped, don't wanna be down, don't wanna be stuck in this town. Don't wanna be trapped, don't wanna be down, looking for a new start. I have told you many times now. Yeah, can't you see that I just need to be by myself? I have told you many times now. But somewhere go run and hide, looking for a new start. Yeah, somewhere go run and hide, looking for a new start, for a new start.
So around this point of the video, I became very tired and became a very cranky Rhonda. While I was doing the dishes, I lost a lot of footage, and then I lost even more footage again while I was mopping the floor. But just know that I got all the dishes done and put in the dishwasher. I also hand washed some of my pots too, and then dried them and put them away. And then for the past few weeks, I have been using Dawn Power Shot to clean my stainless steel sink with my Scrub Daddy, and it is my current favorite. It works so great at removing all of the stains and making that stainless steel shine up. I also use Barkeeper's Friend, and it works just as well too. I think it works just as great. But right now I'm using that Dawn Power Shot. It's my favorite. And then I am using the very last of my Wyman, or is it Wyman? Anyway, one of those. I'm using the very last of it on my refrigerator, oven, microwave, and dishwasher. And then I ended up buying Sprayway stainless steel cleaner today, actually, which I haven't used before. So be sure to be on the lookout for that in a future video.
Yes, somewhere I'll go running and hide, looking for a new start.
So here I am trying out my newly repaired Tenco, and it worked great. My husband did an awesome job at fixing it. As I mentioned, I mopped my entire kitchen with this and only got footage of a small portion, but I promise I got all the floors done, and I really hate that I am missing some of that footage. But we are going to go ahead and move on to the next day, and it's time for me to make my yearly Southern black-eyed peas. I make these for New Year's every year, and unfortunately, I'm the only one who likes them in my family. After I made these, I did go ahead and share some with my father-in-law, and then I will freeze some for my dad and give those to him a little bit later, the next time I see him. But all you do is you sort your dried black-eyed peas, and I usually pick out any stones or bad peas. I never find any pebbles or anything. I usually just find bad peas or discolored peas, and then I rinse them. From there, I'm going to add 2 quarts of low-sodium chicken broth and a ham hock into my Dutch oven and bring this to a boil. We make ham for Christmas every year, so I am using the leftover ham bone from that. But like I said, you're going to add those 2 or 3 things together and bring it to a boil. And then once it's boiling, you're going to turn down the heat and let that ham simmer in the broth for about an hour. And while that is cooking, I will chop up 1 celery stalk, 1 medium-sized onion, and 3 garlic cloves. If you don't like celery, you can definitely leave that out. I just prefer it personally. I add celery to just about everything. I like it. But after the broth has been simmering for an hour, I added the black-eyed peas to the mixture along with 4 cups of water. I then added the celery, the onion, and the garlic to it. And then finally, I added pepper and Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning to give it a kick. Because I am using ham and chicken stock and Tony's, I did not add any salt because it has plenty of sodium in it as is. All that's left to do is bring it to a boil again, and then once again, you're going to turn the heat down and let the black-eyed peas simmer until cooked through and soft. It took my peas about an hour, but sometimes it takes an hour and a half. But that's all there is to it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a long process, but you don't have a whole lot to do. It's mainly just letting the peas simmer on the stove for a couple hours. But this is the final result. I love carbs and I prefer to serve my black eyed peas over rice with cornbread, and it is so good. I love black eyed peas. I really wish my husband and kids liked this too, because I would make this more often. This recipe will be included in the description box below, and if you do make it, please let me know in the comments or tag me with a photo on Instagram. Anyway, that is it for this week's video. I hope you were able to get some motivation to put your Christmas decorations up, or get some cleaning motivation, or even find a new way to make black eyed peas. I hope you all have a wonderful and safe new year, and I will see you in 2023. Bye.
About the way we are. There's something different about us. There's something different about us. We're pouring cup after cup after cup. Yeah, it's just the way we do it. Anything just to block out the real life, real life. Yeah, we're loving the way they think we're so messed up. Even if what we're doing is bad, there's so many emotions. Sharing stories that we never had yet.
Hi, I'm Ruby. And I'm Gemma. Thanks for watching. Bye. Bye.